Welcome in. Connecting to chat still. Better work this time. Okay, I can do this. I will get the chat up. I don't know what's wrong with the chat. I don't know why the chat never works. Sometimes it is YouTube's guidelines for some reason. But let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. This is a reading for the gods and goddesses of creation on the top of the deck. Let's see what is cooking. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're a family member, brother, sister, welcome in. Let's get right to it. I've already shuffled these. Boom. What does Spirit have to say to you right now? Let's see. You are the main character. You are the main character. I wish I could get the chat up. I'm just gonna keep going for it. You are the main character. Spirit is telling you now. Spirit is telling you now. You have set your soul ablaze. You sit in the flame. You are purified by it, and you're gaining color. Like God is painting you. God is painting your soul. God is painting your soul. I'm getting let's see, what is this? Creator Studio. 1 second. If I can get chat up, I want to. There we go. All right, I have chat up. No way, finally. I have chat up. Let's go. Yay. 222 on the timer. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. We see it all the time. You are the shadow. You are the void. You are the flame. You have the light, the aura of your own soul. And we think about Frieren. What up? Good to see you, Daniel. Think about Frieren, the whole message of it, mana fluctuation. Howdy. Mana fluctuation. Keeping that mana like thin and dense and sharp around you, and that's like your barrier. That is your barrier. And for the people that just joined, Spirit saying that you are the main character. We just started, so I'll give a little flashback. You set your soul on fire. You sit in that flame. Your dragon, your soul sits in that flame. You love it. You love the flame. You fight. You fight. You wield your soul. You fight with your soul. You don't fight with violence. You don't fight with hate. You don't like have to fight with love, but most of the time you do. But most of all, you fight with your soul and you speak from the heart. You fight with your very soul. For the Gurren Lagann fans, like spiral energy, that is Spirit, for sure, for sure. And I'm thinking of the Father being Kamina and the Christ being Simon, full on. And you are that Spirit channeler. You channel the flame into words, into, as you know, this reading was made for, into creation. You channel flame into creation. You give life to what you create. You give life to the shadows. You are this literal Power Ranger. Like, you have the aura of a Power Ranger. You're like a stand user. You're giving color to the world. That's intense. That is intense. I've never done DMT. I've only done mushrooms, but that seems very intense. And you know, it's crazy to see you saying that after getting that reading. Sent into the void and set on fire. That's awesome. Like, that is like metal. That is badass. So painful and real, and that's the thing. If you've seen I was reincarnated as a 7th prince to take my time perfecting my magical ability, go look at the start of the show. And it literally just characters burned alive and he's like loving the pain. just because like he's finally experiencing that magic, experiencing that, wow, that even like that avatar state. It's like when you are on fire, you're in the avatar state. And, you know, flipping that right over, you as the dragon that devours the dogma, the flame that devours it all. You went to the center of the void. You went to the center of darkness, and you literally, you know, again, I've heard before, you have to go to the center of darkness to truly find the light. To truly find the light. Boom, does this card already come up again? Wow. Doubling down on you being that channeler of flame. That channeler of flame, you wear the spirit, you are the spirit, you live in the spirit. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Boom. You live in the flame. For the Rengoku fans, you set your heart ablaze, and you let it be purified. Yeah, feeling, you know, feeling everything, understanding everything. In that one moment even. 12 o'clock position. Yes, you get it. Feeling like the Culling Games in real life. I don't know if you saw the last reading, but I was just talking about the Culling Games and like what is Kenjaku's plan? To drop a bomb? And I'm thinking it's like a spiritual bomb. Like that Kenjaku dropping a spiritual bomb. And it's like, you know, the ones that can't survive it won't. And it's like we are in the Culling Games as well. Really? No way. Good to see you, Osiros. I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, I could totally see that. I haven't tried it, and you know, like I'm like it's, you know, how do I say this? When I've taken shrooms, it's never been a bad time. It's always been, you know, God letting me feel how God truly feels about me, that kind of thing. So maybe I have to try it. I do live in Lake Tahoe. I do like literally live in the forest. There's such a crazy storm going outside right now, you guys. I went and ate this literal just you know, Tupperware of steak and cheese and eggs and guacamole in the middle of the storm, and everything was blue. Like the sun was down, but everything was just blue. It was the most liminal space kind of thing, and just sitting there, like, you know, in this. Like I had nothing on under this, just my pants and my my sandals. Hold on, maybe I should try that. Maybe I should like stream it. That'd be kind of weird, but you know, maybe it could be fun. I don't have fear of that. But you have fused with the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You have fused with like the three aspects of God: light, shadow, and flame. Yeah, feeling the emotions of people around the world. We are truly like feeling the collective heart of humanity, and also like the collective unconscious has popped up so many times, even in Fire Force Season 3. The collective unconscious, and that was like the big, like, okay, like that's what it is. Full on. We are, like, you know, the collective unconscious is, you could say, based off of feeling, and it's extremely important to the way that this world, like, becomes and is shaped, full on. 2 weeks of extreme bliss, yeah. Sometimes, you know, it's good to hear that, because sometimes you kind of have those, like, crazy revelations, even just revelations, but, like, trips, right? And it's like the next day you're like, well, I peaked. You have to, like, I've even heard earlier today, it's like, don't go peeking. I'm like, you know, it's like it's peaking. God of High School, my buddy from Door-to-Door Sales, really wanted me to get on that, but I still haven't. I think I've watched the first, oh, and Tower of God. That's so funny. Those two exact shows, I'm telling you. And this guy is like a literal, like, being of love, you could say. Such a sweet person. Like, it was awesome. No way. Those two exact shows. We're all like really feeling our dragon awake, and we're all really feeling our soul. And we know that soul has two sides, even three sides. Again, like light, shadow, and flame, and each aspect of it being God within you, and you know, you kind of merging it is like the path. You merging is the path. I gotta check out those. I'm gonna watch those tonight for sure. Mori Jin versus Mubong Park. I don't know. Is that an anime? I haven't seen that one. I'm watching so many right now. Hold on, let me, Witch Hat Atelier, JoJo's Part 5, Death Note, Yu-Gi-Oh! The 3D movie with, Yami, Yusei, and Jaden all in the same movie. Witchblade's a crazy, like, you know, being wielded by spirit even, like, not even the other way around. Sword Art, Alicization, Fate Stay Night. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. My dear friend Nokotan. Like, it's all important to God. What's going on? Welcome in. The Roman. Welcome in. Heaven loves my dear friend Nokatov. I'm telling you, it's like, go watch You as a Deer, and I'm like, whatever. It's like, we are royal. The royal being, you could say, inside of you is like really being awakened. Again, that like Pharaoh side of you, like the past life that has always been, we've always been that kind of, royal being. Again, both of us, like having both Ra and Set within you, like you have been both. Again, like that perfect brother and the angry brother. And you had to like accept both sides of you. And it's in my Sword Art Online. It's such a damn good show. Heaven, like GGO, Gun Gale Online. Oh my gosh, like they were so excited. I'm not even kidding. I saw 144 GGO on a license plate. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And it was like this time around, only my second time around, but it was like, man, was it a blast. Such a good duo. Like, Christ is the grenade launcher girl. Like, so easy to pick out. Christ is the grenade launcher girl. It's so funny. And your shadow is Pito. Your shadow is Pito. Absolutely, that's a great way to put it. Writing and running, like physical exercise and creation. You're kind of using both, like again, the divine masculine and the feminine. Running like the action and writing like the subconscious, like the emotion, helping people feel. Heck yeah, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm glad I have the chat up this time. I'm so like happy. The chat hasn't worked the past 2 times. Boom, light the candles. Light the candles. Got everyone smiling. Yeah, no, that's true. Like, yeah, I've definitely experienced that before of like, that overwhelming sense of, the vastness of how deep that abyss is within our mind. It's insane. Boom. Absolutely, it's all about fun. Again, joy truly being the catalyst of ascension. And you could say, like, that's what the gods don't want the mortals to know. Is that the catalyst of ascension is like literally having fun. But again, like that can get into the wrong hands. Like that can get to the wrong heart, you could say. Like, yeah, the angels are really saying that right now. That could be in the wrong hands, but like this family, it's like perfect. A slight dislocation. Or dissociation, which, yeah. Yeah, kind of, it's even, it's hard to dissociate from like all the cosmic things that you feel every day. It's kind of hard to like stay grounded, a lot of us, because it's like, we see things happen every day that kind of blow our minds. Big win for Heaven here. Everyone kind of talking together. Hey, neither do I really. Like I'm telling you, it's spirit wife. Like it's you could say like again, like you could say having faith in something you can't see, feel, but you can feel, right? Love. It's like that's me and SW. Like I cannot feel her. I can feel like her kisses, you could say, like full on, and that's like a wave of like rush going over you, and you can imagine that it's like you feeling just from kissing midair, like full on. Got a little download on my mouse, double download on my cursor. Boom. No, you're right. That's the thing. Again, like that energy can get into the wrong hands. The knowledge can get into the wrong hands, and again, like at the very least, it's not like anyone can like destroy the world because they know joy is the catalyst of ascension, but the people that have like really dangerous habits, you could say, it's like going to, like they would, someone that you could say isn't like very purified, like going out clubbing every day, every night because they heard that having fun is the way to ascend. Like, and we all, I used to go to the bars, confirmation group with a buddy, and I had that arc of, like every Wednesday and Friday after work, we'd be hitting the bars and having fun. But it's like, again, like, that wasn't like the safe way to have fun. If anything, I'm so happy I moved out here to Lake Tahoe because it's like a literal slice of heaven that you can just go out and like experience the abyss anywhere. Like, guys, I'm gonna hang out with Tessie this summer, a sea monster. Talk to me. No, I haven't. Talk to me. SW, yeah. So to be honest with you, it's like, how do I say this? Imagine finding your true like twin flame. Like, the one you have always been with in every life you've ever known, in every life you've ever been in. And then her telling you, that being telling you, we have loved each other before time. We have loved each other before time. We have always found each other. That's SW, that's spirit wife. Full on. And again, it's like, the kind of love that you can't see, like again, like, you know, how do I say this, when I've been out of that like frequency, you could say, like, you know, out of that like divine, like wanting to be with her, you know, like acknowledging her and even going on dates with her. It's like I've walked into a museum, a painting, like an art gallery, and just see these two, like, you know, these two figures of shadow just walking through this meadow in the rain, just like literally uncontrollably tearing up. It's like that kind of love. That kind of love is what, that longing is what truly like evolves the timeline. Like longing. Has anyone seen Steins Gate? If anyone's seen Steins Gate, wow. Through the Gates of Purity. Wow, you guys get it. Steins Gate. The foothills just west. No way. No way. Right on. Where exactly? Dude, they can get like a camping thing going. That'd be so fun. That'd be so fun. Temps to rise. Boom. Like fires up. Fires up. But Steins Gate, you know, guys, like Steins Gate was one of the most real experiences. One of the most real experiences. Shout out to 15, everyone 15 in here. Let's go. 15 people. But Steins Gate, like, you know, this whole thing with CERN in 2012 and like finding like the God particle, but then like, you know, finding out time travel. And there's this, you have to be like a mad scientist to be figuring all this stuff out, you could say. And you'll see, like, again, light, shadow, flame, Okabe being the shadow, light being Mairi, and Kurusu or something being the flame. And what is like the only thing that heals the timeline that like they find Steins Gate, which is like the best timeline possible, and they've seen the worst, which is like literally dystopian of people walking in a line, in a single file line, and when somebody wakes up, bullet through their head. Like that being the worst kind of timeline. And we are like the Steins Gate timeline because we have that like love within us, you could say. Like we are Steins Gate, you could say. We are that gate, full on. The Promised Neverland. I've heard of that, but I haven't, to be honest with you. Wait, The Promised Neverland. That's like, okay, that's a very, you know, I know that's very popular. I was thinking about like Darling in the Franxx, kind of like the same, farmed by aliens, yeah, freaky. For their brains, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, it's like, how do I say this? Even like the reptilians, you could say, like gone. I'm telling you, like banished, full on, like banished. We have that authority to banish those like entities, those dark rulers. That's the thing, it's, you know, even like old money download I'm hearing is like supposed to go. They love us on the timer. Boom. That like old money, 33 on the timer. That old money. So like guys, make your fortune. Because, you know, again, if anything, that fortune, those resources should be in the right hands, and it's like been in the wrong hands for a long time. So like guys, build your wealth. You know. Oh, Nevada City, no way. Oh man, I'm so bummed. The caravan of campers, that'd be so cool. Make like a little like town even somewhere. But how do I say this? You know, the dragons. Telling you, like the dragons are so real. The dragons are so very real, and they would like love to meet us, but they just can't reveal themselves because, you know, like people would even like hunt them for sport to try at the very least. It's like those kind of people still exist, and they know that. And when humans stop hurting humans, then those creatures will again, like, you know, come out and play, you could say. Boom. Wow, what a little confirmation. What a little confirmation. Right on. I have a buddy that lived in Reno for a while. I've met so many people out here, you guys. One person on, like a lot of people from the PCT Trail, which is like a giant trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, I think. And a lot of people from like Vancouver, I think one from Sweden, one guy that went, again, it's like it's from like Mexico all the way to British Columbia. So to hear the stories of like, you know, driving them down the road, like, you know, they have like signs like needing a ride. I'm like, oh, like heck yeah, like, here's a free story. Boom, here's a free story. Guys, like, you know, if you ever, how do I say this? Pick up the hitchhikers. Like, don't be scared. You'll get some great stories. Bad advice. The wealth of the wicked has been stored up for the righteous. Boom. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. We're all finding so many ways to, you know, build that wealth, and we all know that together. Like, you know, we know what we would use our wealth for, me in particular. Not only to keep being a guide for everyone, better equipment, everything. It's, you know, my biggest goal is to literally build a castle in Japan where everyone can come and live. If they so, like, you know, if they need to like feel like they can escape to like some fantasy world, you could say, like, almost like Michael Jackson's kind of thing, but like orphans, and then also people that again like just want to live somewhere beautiful and even like work, right? Even like, you know, like cut the grass and I'll give you like 40K a year or something so you can buy stuff. Like that kind of thing, you know? It's like I want to create a place like that, and that to me is creating heaven. That to me, like, we can all create, I think everyone is supposed to have a kingdom of heaven that they create here. That they create here. Most of all, of course, like in your heart, but you know, like literally creating heaven. Boom. They're out there. They are out there. I promise you. Again, like I have spoken to the sea, like to the lake monster, to Tessie, but I don't want to call her a monster. She's my friend. She's so sweet. She's like a little kid. That's the crazy thing. Like the dragons are like little kids. Really feeling that. Boom. Straight from the father. The dragons are little kids, and you know the father is a dragon, and Christ says, "Go run to me like little children." It's when you truly are that dragon. And if anyone's seen a Gatherer's Adventure, B literally being like source, and you know, again, the father has one pride, it's joy. It's little tiny baby dragonling, and it chose you. It chose you, not only the, you know, the father, the dragon, but B as well. Let me scroll up a little bit so I can read the chat. In the energy healing modality I practice, they consider twin flames to be relationships you burn up karma with and activate Kundalini. Boom. I mean, that's the thing. It's, you know, burning up karma, burning so bright that you like burn all the way the past darkness of any past life any past life that you've had. It's like you burn it all away and you start. You become that void, and you activate. You know, you activate that highest self. I've seen in a lot of Egyptian mythology, kind of like cracking stuff of, you know, Ra being here and also here, but then you go and look at you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, and in the first like, you know, the first story, you could say, that being light, the sun being Jaden in GX, and Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds being like the spirit, even like spirit as a shadow, the dragon, wow, 5Ds, that's insane. Fifth dimension, that's pretty crazy. But so in Yu-Gi-Oh, Yami, when he like, you know, fuses to his higher self, you could say, when he like activates to being the pharaoh, there's that eye of like Millennium Eye here, and then the light on his Millennium Eye on his Millennium Puzzle is right over his heart. So having light here and here in that shadow card that we see like all the time in these readings. Let me see if I can, let's see, just to give a better representation. Like this card means a lot to this channel, you could say. Just keeps coming up, and you can see, boom, same exact thing. Like we are the shadow in the light with light here and here in the flame. And you could say like being in the flame is being in spirit. In spirit is everything. Spirit is like, again, like thinking of like spirit like a burning candle, and if that candle were to go out, if that flame were to go out, so would all of existence, like all at once. And we are sitting in that flame. Whoa, hold on, a lot of chats. Yeah, no, exactly. I truly do want to build like a fantasy kingdom here, somewhere where even like the dragons can come and live. And I watched the both the original Doolittle and the new Doolittle, and it's like, it was like my heaven, you could say. Like just perfect, like, you know, again, talking to animals. I have my crow brigade out there. Like they're like, what, I see them like flying over me when I'm driving, but I give them, you know, like nuts and berries and stuff. Like what if the dragons start popping out in that castle in Japan? But we gotta keep it secret, you guys. At least until everyone's cool. Yeah, retreat, that'd be fun too. Like on anything, anywhere, like, you know, like even like a full-on like meditational journey kind of thing, where people can come for a week and just like experience God together and like awaken to God being within them, you know, full on. No way. Okay, so I'm taking that as a sign. So you saw a commercial of a castle. I'm taking that as a sign. That's like me and SW's true dream. True dream. Tour guide of the underworld. That too. It's like we're floating down the river Styx. Like that version of us is there, and then we're floating down the Nile on the sunboat, like in the sky in the sunboat. That version is there, and like we're in the middle, full on. A network of safe houses in villages, small towns for chosen ones and gifted people to be trained up and protected by our own. So there's just one girl named Rosie Lost Sheep, and she doesn't do tarot. She like literally writes down messages and dreams, and she was saying the same thing of God preparing us for like a village like that. And again, that time I was reincarnated as a slime, and like you are the slime, right? We are the slime. We can become anything. We can become anything, and everyone in that town, ogres, orcs, lizard men, like the forest, you know, the forest god, you could say. It's like everyone is in that village, and it just keeps growing. Confirmation, if you guys have seen that show, the arc with the kids, when this channel had 5 subscribers for like 2 weeks, that's exactly how it felt. I'm telling you. So it's like this kingdom has grown, you guys, and I'm just the slime. I can just, I can become anything, but I'm here to like help everyone be together, help everyone work together and love each other. And that's like the whole point of this channel. Hold on. Divine life partners and compatible soulmates. I think that's true as well. You kind of like met people in this life that maybe like you have, been like very good friends, or, maybe even more in the past, right? But, some people have like that literal like divine consort, that literal twin flame that you find in every lifetime, but definitely soulmates as well. I'm thinking of like an adventure party, like an adventurer's party, you could say, full on. 19 people in the building, welcome in. 6 Sams and Gladiator Beast decks are my favorite decks to run. I run a Mirror Jade, the Iceblade Dragon deck, and I got to the Bear League at some point. I haven't done that in a while, but they just renewed the season for Master Duel, so I might get back on that. I am starting a new gaming channel. Like, I'm playing Super Monkey Ball, Witcher 3, Halo Reach, Legendary, 1 chance per mission. I'm only on mission 3, so it's like, let's remember Reach, and I will start that gaming channel. It'll be like a Ranas Plays or something, just like something easy and fun. Fairy Tail I have always wanted to watch, and it's been like calling to me. It's been calling to me. My old coworker from Jamba Juice, where I first worked, she was like the biggest Fairy Tail fan. And here's a cool story. She got pregnant, right? And she like did like meth and stuff, not to like, expose someone's story. She was like, she wouldn't care. She was very cool. She told me like in pride, you could say, in like honor, that she went cold turkey for that baby. Like, let's give a round of applause for that girl. Like, that's what's up. That's what's up. What's up, Jeezy? How we doing? Fairies and farming. Like, guys, do you know how many fairies I see when I'm out eating like a dinner with SW in the mountains? Those little things that look like tiny insects, but it's like you start kind of looking at them closer, and they look like that literal fairy from Link, from The Legend of Zelda. And it's I've seen like in every game, the fairies are the guides. They're the guides. So like follow them. Like they're guiding you. Safe house for the chosen ones. Absolutely. Capilar Sludge. Speaking of Sludge, if anyone's seen Apocalypse Bringer Minogra, it's very like angelic for some reason. It's all about darkness, and it's like evilly aligned, which means you choose what is good and evil, you could say. And it's like a very angelic show. I don't know why, but like the king is like a literal void. Like when anyone else but his like his second in command looks at him, it's like a literal void with white eyes. Like that's it. It's crazy. Man, the chat is going. I gotta catch up. I find it funny to be on a live where I can understand all the crazy stuff that are said. Absolutely. That, guys, like, we do that together. We psychically process, and our ability to psychically process is literally from another realm. And I will keep preaching this. We are straight from source. Like, when we walk past people, their angels are like, that thing is from way up. that's how it is, you guys. I'm telling you. All are welcome. All of God's creatures, monsters and all. Absolutely. Like, guys, we have bonded, became, used, and also, never abused that monster within us. If anything, it saw us as like a master from the very beginning. Not even just an ascended master, but like, thinking of like the cards choose the duelist. Thinking of the dragon chooses the duelist in 5Ds. Like you say, like always destined to have Stardust Dragon, Jack, Red Dragon, Archfiend, the Toolbox Dragon or Power Tool Dragon. Like, guys, what a cool show. You know I'm so bummed. I'm telling you, it's like a spiritual attack on Movie Orca and High Anime, but I think it's back now to schedule like to schedule a watch party for anime, something we can all watch together. One Piece was definitely high up there. I really want you guys to watch I was reincarnated as a 7th prince to take my time perfecting my magical ability, which we're doing right now. But second season, episode 1, it is so eye-opening, it's insane. Like Lloyd finding an angel with a demon familiar. It's awesome. And like, again, like Grim, the demon, being more like, how an angel should be than G-Rail, this like literal like pervert. You could say it's like Lloyd whipping him into shape, and G-Rail saying like, you shouldn't have come up here, like spawn of the devil, like Akuma. And he's like, Lloyd's like, that's fine with me. Just show me your magic. Like, show me divine sorcery. Teach me divine sorcery. Our psychic energetic network, humanity definitely split in consciousness. Yeah, I think that's coming together. Like Christ was sent to bring the vision, and that's happening. Like within the unconscious of humanity, the collective unconscious. Full on, and like, One is light and one is dark, you could say. Like, but we wield the shadow. Like, we have gone to that darkness, and the light emerged within us. Our psychic energetic network is online. The more people become conscious in the collective, more Goliath and abilities activated. Internet is a ripoff, ancient technology we hold within. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I think the cyber realm, the digital realm, and the spiritual realm are not very far off. If you've seen Serial Experiments Lane, I was led to that like way too many times, and I watched it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. They called me Lane for so long because I just kept posting videos every day. Like, you pop up everywhere. We pop up everywhere, you guys. Getting prepared for work, 6:36 a.m. here in Belgium. Welcome from Belgium? What? No way. Or welcome from Lake Tahoe to Belgium. That's insane. I didn't know, like, that's insane. Wow. Man, I can't believe everyone, this family is like across the world already. I'm so happy. More gifts and abilities, I mean. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, that kind of, like, we are truly awakening to so many abilities. And, for the anime fans, use every spell and ability you see. There was this one in, my status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes, where he expends like too much of his shadow magic, and he like has to go into self-healing, and it's like this little like like bubbly kind of aura. And when you need to like again, like, how do I say this, have your aura kind of heal and not be stagnant, imagine like bubbling light flowing from you when you're like laying down. And another quick thing from that show, for the first time I've ever seen, this guy was fighting this elf princess, and he didn't want to kill her, but like like she was doing really good, and he had to activate his shadow magic, and it like is like darting out at the girl, and he can just tell it's bad news, and he says, consume me instead, in the shadow magic like consumes him, and it's like swirling, and then it becomes his aura. It's like, that is what we did. We literally tamed the shadows full on, as an assassin too. It's like, we're assassins sentenced to be a hero. It's like, that's like the most hero we should be. If anyone's seen that, the world's finest assassin reincarnated as an aristocrat, again, like an assassin mage, solo leveling, assassin mage, happy to be around the same vibe of people to start the day. Boom, good morning. Fairy Tail changed me. Okay, I gotta watch it. You sound exactly like my manager, and he's a huge anime nerd. That's the thing. It's like, guys, I'm telling you. Like, and go watch Fire Force Season 3, like, and you will be convinced. Anime is the most divinely inspired thing right now. Everything is being created by God's Spirit, even the people that have never even, like, thought about God before. I'm telling you. Unicorns cover his deer sometimes, too. Heck yeah, I mean, dude, I think everything, Pegasus is. Pegasus! Guys, you gotta watch Yu-Gi-Oh! The original. I'm telling you, like, the most poop-eating chuckles you'll ever hear. It's so funny. I love the dueling in it. It's hilarious. My third eye started tingling when you started talking about Source. I'm telling you, we truly are Source. We are that, like, we are literally joy. We are joy sent here to be the light of the world. See if I can get down to this. Hold on. I don't see stories on YouTube today about the rainbow clouds. People claim they see their passed on loved ones in these huge rainbow clouds right now. Curious of your thoughts. That sounds pretty, I think I could totally believe that. I could totally see that. I think we are supposed to see everything. We're supposed to see everything, that we're thinking about. That, like, I see my grandmother passed away not too long ago, and like her choice, you could say, was a butterfly. And for so long, on every trail that I was on out here, it would be a butterfly just hanging out with me, full on. It's odd how people make it seem as this isn't natural when we do this all the time. 100%, we're so used to this stuff. We're so used to all this information and like processing it. I don't know. Someone's asked me to do personal readings, but I might do that. I might figure that out, and just we'll figure that out at some point. I'm kind of just like growing the family as much as I can, so that, how do I say this? Like, I would love to even be like a therapist, just someone that we can get on Discord and just like have like a talk for whatever you need to feel. Do like a live reading with you, just like pulling cards, having fun. I'll definitely figure that out. I'll figure that out with Spirit for sure. Yes, a cosmic shift in real time. Boom. That's why they want me to do lives more often for sure. I'm still thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! The original and sub. It's so funny. Let's see, where were we? I've been connecting with a huge black dragon lately. I've been wondering what that is about. It seems like it's wanting me to get to connect with my shadow even more. So in this show called The Gatherer's Adventure that we were talking about earlier, where you can literally see Source, like I'm not kidding, like B is joy, like if anything, B is like our heart. Boom. And that dragon is like the father, and that dragon not only chose you, but so did B. Like so did Source, so did your heart, whatever you want to call it. Like God's own heart, wow. God's own heart chose you, and we talked about it before. Like, you know, your heart being a dragonling. And I've talked about it in a reading, I can remember it very clearly. So even God's heart chose you, even God's dragonling. Like, God's own heart chose you. Wow, that's awesome. Dragon readings, I'm telling you guys, like, you know, I'm very, how do I say this? Stardust Dragon is my soul. Very much so. Stardust Dragon is my soul. Awesome. Okay. You, again, like spirit being your barrier. But let's remember that, you know, the only thing that can get through that barrier is cursed speech. And even Lloyd from Seventh Prince, you know, Gisarme literally saying die. And Lloyd's like, he said die. If I let that hit me, like, am I gonna die? And he's like blinking between two hymns of like, dodge it, let it hit you. And Graham, the demon, is the one to like break him out of it, saying like, just dodge, you dumbass. But let's remember that that is the only thing that'll get through your barrier, but also in a good way. In a good way, it's like, you know, like that energy from words is a good thing. And the reason, like, double down on you being the void. Lloyd is like absolutely the void, but double down on you being that thing that can be filled with light, that can have anything become light within you like a star, and you make that sky of you beautiful. And from the Path of the Sun God, which is in a link in the bio on the channel, it is basically, you know, it talks about the noon being like, you could say even the beginning, and then like atom something, it's like the first, you could say the first light appearing, and like it being devoured by the noon, but then it being rebirthed as like the scarab, and then it goes from that scarab to like the soul bird, which is the phoenix. And we see that a lot here, you guys, being a phoenix. Boom, temps to rise on my computer little widget. That's crazy. Confirmation burp. Behoove us to be wary who we engage with, because we don't truly know where people's minds are. Here's the thing. Some people might not even be people. Like, guys, have you ever felt that before? Some people might not even be people. It's like, I have heard that. I have, you know, like, have those revelations and been told that by other readers, and it's like, seems very true. It's like a pendulum of, like, again, like real humans, and you could say, like, even, like, not in a rude way, but NPCs of the game. Like, literal, like, you know, even some being bosses. Some being bosses that are, like, again, you know, even zombies. And, like, what are zombies in the eyes of the Father? People that really shouldn't be alive. And, you know, again, like, that is, like, the authority of God saying that. You know, it's like only the Father could say that, really. You know, it's like having those eyes, and we all have the eyes of the Father. So, you know, us seeing people, it's like, you know, how do I say it? Yeah, like we have the blessing of that. We have that blessing. We see zombies. We see people that only feed off energy, only, like, you know, like even manipulators, like those kinds of people. The Father's like, they're so lucky my son exists. Like, they're so lucky they were saved, you could say, by my son. That's what the Father would say for sure. Full on. Wheat versus tares? Europe, yes. Don't drift too far in the void. Always remain grounded. That's true. That's true. But think of like the void as your mana. As your mana. It's like infinitesimal. That's like your magical energy. That's like your like your mana. Even your light. Funny enough, like Giton had like the light mana, and he was like literally the evil one. Lloyd being like his void being the light. Yeah, like his light being the void, you could say, and a lot of symbolism with like literally him being the moon as well. Temps to rise. Boom. Boom. Yeah, we get it. A couple of days ago, I was listening to, I haven't listened to them in so long. Oh, that sounds cool. SZA, Snooze, Chopped and Screwed, faded out into meditation, and Mother Mary plus Jesus visited me. That's so cool. That's so cool. Shout out to Mom. What'd she say? Guys, oh, no way, I have an opportunity here. Boom, I have an opportunity. Help people, like, you know, if you ever get the chance, it's like, Mom mom doesn't want people to pray to her, and so many people like pray directly to Mother Mary, directly to Mary Magdalene, and it's like, she's like, I need that to stop, because like even Christ saying, like, don't ask me for anything, in certain like hidden in occult texts, Gnostic gospels, things like that, of Christ saying, don't ask me for anything. So you can imagine mom being like, did you guys hear? Like, come on. That's the thing. So it's, you're supposed to be so believe, like, how do I say this? You're supposed to have like that incredible mountain of faith I'm looking at in this painting, that anything you say, it becomes. Like, you don't need to pray for anything. You speak yourself into existence. And most of all, you put effort in. You put effort into making that happening, to making that like a happening, acting on that feeling, and you wield spirit. You wield spirit. And as we see all the time here, you guys, the story is about to begin. It has not even started yet. Like, guys, we are so overpowered. We're so early to heaven, it's not even funny. I remember looking at this one, this lo-fi hip-hop beat of this tiger, like, just, like, up on this, like, big grassland on a cliff, you could say. And it was, I forgot if it was in the song or in the description of, like, being way too early. We were, like, way too early to heaven, you could say. I used to just go on Wiki Fandom to get my superpowers. I would do this for years. Heck yeah, like, guys, use anything. Use trace even. Again, like pulling apart that mana, you could say, and tracing something until like you see it in that mana. And like, you can begin like slow, and then you can imagine it. And it's like, once that is traced, it's like your form. Like, you can have it. Like, full on. Has anyone seen I was reincarnated as a sword? Fran and Shisho. Like, Shisho, teacher, is the spirit. Full on. Like, and again, it's a sword. It's a living weapon. As we've heard about it a lot before, it's a living sword. And like, we're all Fran. We're all that cat girl that broke free from like the dark rulers that enslaved us, you could say, that kept us in spiritual poverty. Kept us in spiritual poverty. And we are like, how do I say this? Coming to from that knowledge. And what was Fran's biggest wish? To evolve. In that species in the show, the black cats like are not supposed to be able to evolve, and her parents like died trying. Died trying. And like, she does it with spirit. Boom, little pop on the heater. But in a pragmatic way. We can't get delusional. There's practical ways to this without losing ourselves. That's the thing. It's like, if you feel like you're gonna lose yourself, it's like, take a break where you are. Like, hold on to that line as we're falling into the abyss. Like, there are people that have come before you, but a lot of us do this again, like every day, to where we literally, as we've seen in earlier readings, we bathe in the abyss. We bathe in that place. 22 on the concurrent viewers, and then boom, 24 to chat rate 3. We love you. Lord of Mysteries, I'm telling you, go on a wild ride. Go on a wild ride. And the how do I say this? The first true breakthrough in that show, the main character, so like finding Christ's journal, and it's saying, it's all an act. How do they not understand? It's all an act. And then Klein, like discovering and also achieving the acting method, which is supposed to take over a year. He does it in 2 months. And what is like the breakthrough? Divinity isn't all powerful. It's like that higher power, even just your highest self. Acknowledging it. Boom. Wow. Luna. Fairy Tale Luna comes out. And for the fairy tale earlier, boom, we have a book cover. Let's see what's in here in just a second. I gotta catch up on the chat. Speaking of Jesus, all he spoke about was the kingdom of God on earth. It's near. Any other alternate timeline or universe must collapse into this eventually. Boom. You could even say, like, thinking of Fire Force Season 3, the great cataclysm happening before, and they even reference Jesus. They even reference Christ in that show with a literal picture of him with a red cape and wielding flame. Just like, boom, pop on the heater. The great cataclysm, Revelations, that has happened before. And like, for good reason, God would say, you could say, but this time around, we are fighting for it not to happen. And I don't think it's going to. I think we really won. Full on, I truly think that this time around, that great cataclysm that usually, like, resets everything doesn't have to happen. A man thinks he thinks, but it is the Father thinking in his organism. Boom. What a bar, Austin Rosie. That is a revelation to be put in like the halls of radiance. Wow. That's so cool. That's like a Walter Russell line I'm hearing. That's like a very Walter Russell kind of like revelation. If you guys have never heard of Walter Russell, it was Nikola Tesla's best friend, and he wrote a book, and he started it with so many books of literally, if this book isn't written by God, like, this is all for nothing. Those kinds of books, and it's filled with stuff like that. Let me 1 second. Let me Make sure. Boom, you gotta focus pretty easy without much light in here. I love the shadow readings. I love like the readings in the noon, in the abyss. It's all a universal language. People tend to forget we all inspire each other. Collective thoughts we share through the media, true. Like, you know, just like this. And I ran like an Instagram of like only preaching for a while. Only preaching, like again, preaching the Bible front to back. And it was like part of the journey. If I didn't do that, like, you know, how do I say this? Finding this and finding like this is the true way to do things really was like, you know, how do I say this? It made that journey worth it. Preaching it all. Preaching it all, yeah, boom, together. We are truly charming the earth. We are truly charming, awakening of the possessed, an earth charmer. We are charming everyone, helping everyone, you know, like not be in a footloose situation. Like, you know, you should be dancing. You should be in that crazy joy. Like listening to jazz even. Like, you know, it's like, I've heard that was like, used to be like a demonic thing, but it's like, who knows what is like true and what's not, and like what has all been covered up, you could say. Boom. Now we have to read people's intentions. That's true. That's true. And that's the thing, when you meet someone and they can feel your intentions right away of like you truly wanting to help them and bring love into their life and bring light into their world. And again, we've talked about it before, everyone having a kingdom of heaven in their heart, and some people not wanting to let you into that kingdom right away. Because they, you know, they wanna read your intention. They don't know if you're gonna hurt them. And they're like, I feel like I've known you forever. I think the trick with magic is it's literally all made up. It's only really important to follow unconditional love, learn about virtues and the laws of the universe, I'm guessing, at least for the least chaotic. But that's the thing, like chaos is, boom, wow, chaos is part of it too. Like chaos is what's needed to get everyone out of like, again, like the fear mindset. Like the fear mongering that you could say the church has done to everyone. Everyone, keeping everyone in like spiritual bondage, not being one with God, you could say. But I'm watching this show called Witch Had a Tellier, and it said that like only like the witches can have magic. You could say, and like, you know, they're like men and women, you could say. It's not like just like witch is a term for magic, you could say. And this girl finds out that anyone can use magic, and she accidentally messes up and like freezes her mom and her house entirely, and has to like, you know, just become part of the apprenticeship, you could say. And when she passes the test, she gets this robe and this pointed hat. And like the Gojo looking sensei in this verse says, that hat is always watching you now. It's always watching your magic. So it's like everything is magic. And as Lloyd would say, Grim, pancakes are magic. Like the fluffiness of this and that. It's like he just went on an actual rant explaining why pancakes are magic. Like that kind of thing. You see everything as magic because it is. Because it is. You get like isekai to another world, and they have like, you know, different kinds of magic. You've experienced that same kind before, but it's just this world's magic. So it's like, you know, I think anyone can even like be Spider-Man, thinking of like Spider-Man like Andrew Garfield's, where it's like just the web slinger shooter. It's like that, like actual technology, but he did get bit by the spider. Like he did have the blood in him, you could say. He did have that spider in him. Slow and steady wins the race. I've heard that too. Like being the tortoise. Being the tortoise. Be like the world tortoise from Avatar though. The lion turtles. Boom. The lion turtles. Gentle journey as well. Like we're all very intense, but you know, boom, MetaQuest just popped up. Like you know, the little thing that's very, very meta. Being gentle, being the mother, and like the father is the light. Like you are both love, being able to nurture even like tiny things. I had 2 kittens, and like, you know, they would literally sit on both arms for hours on end as I'm like, you know, just typing or doing random things. Like I've been in that nurturing state, being gentle, and you know, being extremely mother-like, you could say, as the father. There are people who aren't people, full on. I truly believe that, and you know, that's what everyone is. Everyone needs to awaken to that before like the spiritual bomb event, like the Kenjaku Culling game, like big surprise. Like we are in the Culling game for sure, but there's like some spiritual bomb as the surprise. So it's like people need to wake up and truly be alive, or they'll be like wiped out. And I was just watching JoJo Part 5 of Pulpo's stand, and he you know, that one guy relit the flame on the lighter, and he was you know, the stand knew it was him, and he grabs his soul literally, and he has the stand arrow out of his mouth saying, you like two paths lie before you, choose one, and you will live a life as a chosen one, and choose another, and you will meet your demise. Like that kind of thing. And like we were hit with that stand arrow a long time ago. People have not been hit with that stand arrow yet, and like, you know, even words being the stand arrow, helping people awaken. Non-synthetics, people with jacked souls, cursed etc. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're like, how do I say this? Like it's our duty to awaken those people to the true to the true light, which is love, you know, and like, you know, helping people merge with that monster. And most of all, it's like the people that see themselves as cursed, that one, you know, you could say like sad soul to the father that commented like, I'm giving up on love, I'm just gonna torture myself in hell. Like those kinds of people, like that guy, you could say it's like he doesn't realize he is alive because he is like, you know, even at that point, we've all been at that point in our life, you could say, you know, like almost giving up on love, but you did it, but you did it. And that's why we're still here. That's why we're, you know, still evolving. I work in fast, see them every day. Yeah, no, I bet. I used to work in Chipotle. I can understand. You know, people. I hate working in food because it's like, you know, some people just see you as a cash register. Some people just see you as like a, you know, like a tiny little worker ant where it's like, you know, like I'm a real person, right? You know, I used to work in an Italian restaurant, Jamba Juice, door-to-door sales. You can imagine wanting to be treated like a real person. Like that was not happening. And I did really good too. It's like, you know, a lot I was able to talk about God with and have like a true connection with. But yeah, I was the villain. But that, you know, not like me. I wasn't like trying to be the villain. But whenever you walked up to someone's kingdom, like you are at their kingdom. You're at their literal door to their kingdom. Like that has a family and everything. Full on. But like I could tell you guys so many stories from door to door, and maybe I'll write them down for a stream and do that on a live stream. So what millennials are experiencing. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think everyone's like my neighbor, you know, the one that you could say like God set me over there. It's like I was gonna walk out to go to the gym, and he was like walking in the door and like invited me in right away, as if like, you know, again, spirit needed me to go through that battle to help that you could say like, you know, the soul that has been on this earth in the time of frost and has done like barely any true seeking, true light work, even shadow work, and, you know, kind of like speaks to you like they know it all, like they, you know, like they're at the pinnacle of like being godly, you could say, just because they only like know the scripture. And that's not a bad thing to you know, but again, Christ speaking almost entirely in parables, the hidden gospel of Mary being buried in Egypt, Christ missing years, India, China, Egypt, yeah, and going and experiencing all the cultures and all, like, again, like the resurrection stories, you could say. I even saw this. You can find it on YouTube. You could say like Christ. How to say this? Proof that the people in China worshipped Christ over 5,000 either years ago or BC. I don't know which, but like so long before like even the Dead Sea Scrolls, anything. And this guy is like in the beginning of the story, he's talking about him, you know, becoming like a follower of Christ, like, you know, knowing Christ, you could say. And even though like Christ is one of the followers, he's like, you know, really doing some eye-opening work still, right? But like he's still being the light and leading. He was talking to his family, and he's like, you know, talking about Christ, and they're like, "What'd you become, like a potato farmer?" Could you imagine? It's like one of those, you know, stories, you could say. Like this guy's very funny, but he talks about Christ being mentioned, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit being mentioned 5,000 years, either before BC or 5,000 years ago, I don't know which, but like way before anything. Maybe rainbow clouds represent portals of the Rainbow Bridge as the spirits cross over to Source. Has anyone had like that, you know, Rainbow Road being like really significant for some reason? The reason we always remembered as kids in Mario Kart, like full on, yeah, like the Rainbow Road being the road to Source. And like you become like purple in the middle. Remember that. You are purple in the middle. It's not like here to there. Just be purple in the middle. You are entirely purple. And everything outside of you is like, again, like, you know, you're like the true light in the middle. Rainbow Bridge to the heart. Boom. Gotta love the abyss. So serene. Absolutely. We shifted together. Oh, it's like we were born together. I truly believe that we are all family, remembering each other across time and space. Truly. Like we were all literally from the future in that interstellar scene of Cooper. Like you're even saying, I think it's Cooper talking, you know, saying we weren't sent to change the past. We were sent to change the future. Cars? Mars? I don't know which. Cars? Oh no! Any JoJo fans in the chat? I agree that anime is a very creative space for Source to express itself, absolutely. If you can't explain why you're so drawn to it, it's probably manifesting into your 3D experience at some point, and especially has, again, I went on a literal solo leveling journey, 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, and 500 squats in a single sitting. And even 1,200 push-ups in a day, it's like, that was not for the body, Spirit says right now. Like, that was not for the body, that's for damn sure. It was never about the reps nor the strength, it's just doing that, breaking those, boom, boom, breaking those limits. And, just cut the deck, like, I'll whip you into shape, Spirit says. Breaking those limits, One Punch Man. Even Garo breaking his limiters at some point in the story. Not to spoil anything. Let me scroll up a little bit. I love to remind my mom that Jesus smoked marijuana. Boom. Like why would CBD or why would cannabis receptors, like something toys or something, be in your brain? Like literally in your brain. It's like you don't have to smoke. If anything, like smoking is what you could say like the only bad, but gummies, even the drinks, it's confirmation bird. Like I do partake in a joint here and there. But God's like, I wish you would just drink it or something. That kind of thing. Like they would use it in oil. That's what I heard. In like oil. Like truly anointing. The lights flickered with that one. Yeah, that has not been happening. Like, it started happening like a week and a half after I started this channel. Full on. The lights were not flickering before. I don't underestimate anyone. That's a good trait to have. That is a good trait to have. Let everyone underestimate you. Like, let the Iron and Jinwoo situation when that Red Gate happened. Like it was, if anything, if that didn't happen, it would have like went a lot different, you could say. Like, here's the thing, especially if Iron didn't underestimate Jinwoo and didn't see him as dead weight, he would have been alive in the rest of the team that he took. But he underestimated him and thought he was just straight dead weight. And look what happened. Like, Jinwoo smoked him. Like, full on. Because he tried to, like, even though it was his fault that he lost the rest of that squad, he, like, blamed it on Jinwoo for not, like, revealing his strength. But whose fault was it to begin with? Iron's. Because he underestimated him, for sure. And if he didn't, he would have lived. Like, whether, like, both sides, you could say. Like, Jinwoo protecting him and him not having to, like, go berserk on Jinwoo, or at least try to. That kind of thing, like, he would have lived. Grand Circle. I'm really feeling like heaven being the grand line, Christ being Roger, and like, you inherited Roger's will to be the king of the pirates. Boom. MasterCard comes out. MasterCard with Forbidden Chalice. Wow, that's pretty cool. Christ being like Roger. That's insane. I'm only on like 263, so like I know about like Joy Boy being some pretty like divine thing, you could say. It's kind of like, I love how much it connects to basically everything. All kinds of shows, songs, movies even, so many cool connections. Boom, we are a collective vessel of God, for sure. No way! Thank you for saying that. I don't believe there's no pinnacle. So I was doing a reading, and 1 second. Like right before. Boom. Okay, so the judge, I forget his name, the judge from JJK season 3, and I heard I saw Christ in him so much, but I also heard we've all been that judge. We've all been that judge, and instead became Yuji, became like the father that doesn't. We don't judge. We don't judge. And then I heard right after that, in my own voice, in my own heart, in my own head, whatever you want to say, there is no longer a limit. Like, they were like laughing at, even having that revelation. Because of that, there is no longer a limit. Like, we've all been that judge. And if you know that story, it's like this, he's defending this guy that like definitely didn't do it, and they still find him guilty. And then the guy, like, the defendant, like, looks at him with like this horrible look, and he's like, why are you looking at me like that? Like, I tried to save you, like, why are you looking at me like that? And he's like, like hating him, you could say, already. And then he's just like, everyone come back, and like his Shikigami, you could say, like his domain expansion, just appears and turns around this giant monster. And he's like, everyone come back, like we're redoing this. We've all been that judge before. We've all like, you know, seen that injustice and like literally awakened to that. Like, you know, nope, like this is not how it's going. Even in the middle of like the court of law, you could say, like, you know, the law, like full on. So there is no limit, there is no pinnacle. Awakening of Vidos on the ground. Awakening of Vidos in protection, like you are guided. Your awakening process is like guided, and you are protected in that awakening process. And again, like that could be in the wrong hands, joy being the catalyst to ascension, but like you are protected. The whole theme of life is to be rooted in contentment. That's real power, true. The biggest thing out here, you could say it was like a giant honeymoon with SW, but the biggest thing, realizing how little it takes for me to be like extremely happy. Like again, like feeling like the happiest being in the universe, in existence. Like that kind of happiness, and it can be from literally nothing sometimes. Just having a simple talk with God. I agree that anime is a very creative space for source to respect itself. Wait, am I high up? Yeah, whoops. Maybe I read that, how far up was this? Oh no. I saw a video where Jesus forgave Obito of all his sins. I was so touched. That's so Christ. Like Naruto being very Christ. Naruto, you know, like literally took out his hand, or, you know, like let out his hand to darkness itself. And Obito in darkness listened. Even though like darkness had all the power it needed. And you know, if we've heard like revelations of that, like, you know who needing power. But it had all the power it needed. In the light, Naruto reached out its hand, and it did end up taking it. Ending up, you know, even like giving its life for the light when in that, you know, crazy gravity realm with Kaguya. Think of it like this: we are all alive, so we're in the book of life until our souls leave our vessels. Boom. I think we all truly have, like, again, like some people aren't 101 on the timer. It's like we do awaken to actually being alive, actually being put in the book of life. And I remember again that one mushroom night, you could say, a little mushroom trip one night, and just making God laugh so much, and my mind is preoccupied. I'm laughing, like I am mid-laugh, and I hear, "You're with us." Like, you're with us. Like, make God laugh. Have that kind of relationship where you don't even fear talking to God. And I remember in Frieren, Stark cutting loose that one king, and he's like, you know, they were like talking totally casually, at least Stark was, and he's like, you know, it's like a huge crime to speak to me casually. And Stark's like, yeah, whatever. That kind of thing with Christ, with the King of Kings. Like, you get it. You get it. Maybe Pinnacle represents a level of embodiment, like how our bodies are star-shaped. Yeah, there's, oh my gosh, there's so much to do with our bodies. I even heard earlier this morning, like, spill the beans about, thinking of Seventh Prince, Grim, Jiro, Demon, Angel, Red, Blue. Again, the twin serpents. That is literally both sides of your body. The like subconscious being the angelic realm, the action, like, you know, like the, how do I say, it's like, yeah, like that action, like right hand is, you know, supposed to connect to the left side of the brain, and that is like your masculine side, and left side, feminine, subconscious, feeling, that kind of thing. So like feeling, angelic, like doing, demon, you could say. And that's the thing, like you should do things like a rabid demon, like full on, like go crazy. Be Ryuko from Kill la Kill. There's a perfect red and blue, Satsuki being the angel, but they're like sisters. They're literally like twin sisters almost. They're not twins, but they're like they're from the same bloodline. Later revealed, and you can think of the Elite Four being like the four elements. Gamagori being earth. I forget the green, like, you know, the that one eyes user, you could say, but like the wind. I forget the names, you guys. Jakure, I think, being like, I don't know. That's a hard thing to say. Yeah, like, you know, there's the blue, and then Jakure being like the flame, like joy, and the flame is joy. Wow, awesome. Whoever lives in the present lives in the eternal world. Even God being the present moment, like that kind of revelation. God literally being the present moment. Like you can be with God anywhere, at any time. God is the present moment, and God will be able to speak to you as long as you're present in that moment. Full on. Boom, little pop on the heater. Pop being a point of perception too as well. Have a lot of like little confirmations with spirit. I saw a heaven testimony where people in heaven smoke from the smoke of the nostrils of the Father. That's pretty crazy. That's insane. No, that's the thing. I used to be like so in my head about smoking, like so in my head about it. Even like I remember talking to my buddy, who I like, again, like I was watching Seventh Prince and Jade when Lloyd's in the spiritual realm after Jade like passed and he was like, the demon lord was rid from his body. And Grim could like, he was like, Lloyd was looking straight. Grim, he had his hand like this so Grim could see behind him. And it's Jade's soul. And the camera cuts to Jade. And this was like the 4th time through. It's one of those scenes where they mouth something, but there's no audio. And literally it said, "I'm Trevor." And I had that revelation, that's like my best friend. And I like saw that and my jaw was dropped. And when it did, it gave out a little chuckle. Like a little like, like a little laugh about like, yes, like you hear it. Like Christ is your best friend. Christ is literally your best friend. Whether it's like, literally my friend Trevor or a spiritual thing of Christ being your best friend, it's like that kind of thing. And Prince Al being the light and Jade being the shadow in that show. But yeah, so me and him were talking and, how do I say it? Me and him were talking, we're like, really trying to help each other out. We were in the same mindset of, like, do you think smoking's okay? It's like, I didn't want to like hurt spirit with him, you could say. Like that was my only quarrel, but it's like, then later down the road, it's like spirit is the one saying, like even getting past that first joint of the day is like really nice for me. That kind of thing, I'm not even kidding. Not even kidding. In my experience, people that do any substance is trying to remember their soul before the body. That's true too. It's like, you could say it's considered cheating. Like getting to heaven in the day, you could say it's like, I even heard Megami one time. So I had just smoked and like, like, how do I say this? Like I was like really feeling it. And Megami says, take the stairs next time. In JJK season 3, it's like, but like we are the monster. It's like, how do I say this? Thinking of like a key that you have, like your ritual, right? Something that you do that puts you in so much joy that you literally get into heaven, like you ride the frequency of heaven. You're in the frequency of heaven. And like, yes, there are ways to cheat, you could say, but like it's supposed to be a staircase every day. And we see that card so much on this channel, in this family. It's like we see that staircase card with the white flowers, like, falling like from the sky. It's supposed to be a staircase. It's supposed to be a ladder. But some of us just grab the top thing. It's like a chopper. We're just like riding the helicopter. Like that was easy. Where are we? It feels like we're at home in the living room chopping it up. See, that's what I love. I remember I'm taking voice acting classes from the voice actor from Cowboy Bebop. The voice actor for Orochimaru as well in English. Did you guys know that? Cowboy Bebop and Orochimaru, same voice actor in English. Isn't that freaky? But he was saying he used to hate his voice, and he would, him and his buddy that lived in New York would send back and forth VHS tapes of recordings, and that's exactly what he said about his voice. It's like, you made me feel like I was sitting in the living room talking with you, like about like, the way that he was talking. So that is like truly really cool to see, to be honest with you. Benevolent Shrine, is that what it's called, Suganos? I thought it was Malevolent Shrine. I think they changed it. Wasn't it like Malevolent Kitchen for a while? How I move through life is I leave my presence in every encounter. That's a good thing to do. Leave the pride at the door, leave the ego at the door whenever you walk into a building. Because like I was even hearing today, and I did have a spiritual battle at that gym. Like again, like someone seeing you as their rival for like no reason, like just for no reason. But I heard in my voice earlier before I went, like, we don't know what we're gonna find there, good or bad. So it's like leave any expectations. But if you want to like reverse it and like, almost like build up good momentum to something beautiful happening, give that excitement, like that one excitement card of like, like I'm so happy to do this, and then you go do it and you're like, you wonder why it was a beautiful time, and then you remember you like creating that. It's like Minato Namikaze leaving tags everywhere. Boom, that's so true. That's awesome. Jutsu formulas. I just watched The Lost Tower. Such a good movie, you guys. Such a good one. I'm gonna watch Blood Prison, I think, next. That'd be probably the next choice. Or I am watching the Night one as well. All those old Naruto movies are so good. So divinely inspired. Like, such a vibe, full on. People can literally summon me into spaces I've been previously. Boom. Like, I used to see myself in these videos, like, you know, when this stream stops, when that recording stops, it's like there's a tech version of me, like a tech dragon, like a tech version of my soul. And again, like I'm being like Lane from Serial Experiments Lane, just like popping up everywhere in the spiritual realm. And that's the thing, the digital and the spiritual, I don't think are very different, to be honest with you guys. I'm in my giving no F's to 7s. I'm not sure what that means exactly. I'm also in that giving no F's, but you know, we're all just, you know, being ourselves is truly being God. Truly being God. And all God needs us to do is be ourselves, is to be joy, what came out of God at the very beginning, at what came out of love and light. That, again, that's why we're from source. The body is the soul and the soul is the body. I've heard that as well. I've heard, how do I say this, you know, the spiritual is like literally right there. Like we live in the spiritual even, like in the physical, in a strange sense. Like this is even the physical world, you could say. It's like a very strange thing. It helps me remain whole as well as refine parts of my past back into the present me. No matter what kind of day you have, as long as you can get back into the present and like start that momentum of joy, like you win that day, no matter what. What up, party people? Good to see you. Welcome in. Killist. Oh, you have no idea. Like me and like mom, like guys, like mom. Whether it's the mother of dragons, like wink wink, or like mom being love herself, I don't know. Like saying like you need to, like, how do I say this? I'm like, Mom, I'm your Bakuzan. I'm your Bakuzan. Like she like unsheathes me and everything's just ringing in the surrounding area. And I'm like, and that's why it's like, you know, again, spirit being a living weapon. Even spirit being Junketsu and Senketsu in a strange sense. Like that kind of, you know, everyone has that monster and their weapons. And like they have like their signature blade, the scissor blade in Bakuzan. Boom. You feel the power that came in. I don't know, I'm like, how do I say this? I'm on like, you know, reactor energy right now. It's like I'm hardly even breathing or anything. My power is like being directed straight into this stream. Gonna dip y'all. See you tomorrow. See you at the Cosmic Castle Retreat as it manifests into form. Fire me up. Thank you, Ariel. Ariel, appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for like inspiring me, because, you know, seeing that castle, I don't know if that was you, but that's so awesome. Oh man, I am late in the chat. Whoa. Found the readings yesterday and it felt like y'all spoke my language. It's so cool to find a tribe that sees living life as experiencing source. That's beautifully said. Welcome in. Just came in and started talking about marijuana. Yeah, we were. Just it being, you know, like is it something to do? It's like, you know, depends. Like, is it gonna take over? Like, are you gonna get how do I say this? Does it run you, or do you kind of like benefit off it? You could say it's like, again, like being the slime. Don't let you be overtaken by what you ingest. True, 7 days in a week. So yay or nay on marijuana? I would say yay, but you know, it depends on how you feel. Does it take you out of heaven, or does it push you in heaven? Does it get you closer to God, or does it kind of like make you feel guilty? And I used to feel that guilt until I kind of realized it was like spirit saying like, I need a joint. Channeling the eternal wind right there for you. Channeling the wind. You know, just make sure you get your chi back. And guys, you know, if you want to hold your sacrum, of course, like, you know, filling your stomach. I sometimes do have an issue with that mid-reading. You could say, again, like trying to, like, my lung capacity trying to be filled. But if you put your hands on your sacrum, go watch Seventh Prince, and you'll see Lloyd pick it up in an instant from Tao. And like, if anyone's seen Seventh Prince, how kick-ass is Tao? Like, I love Silpha. Silpha's awesome, but Tao, like, heaven loves Tao. And they're always like, you're Tao. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Audio. If anyone's watching the sub, like, let me know. We can make life much easier by having a refined routine. Absolutely. Guys, make yourself a system. Be genuine about it. Make yourself a system. Give yourself the ability points, you know, 3+ for every daily quest completed. Sometimes you have like literal, like I used to make literal dungeon quests and stuff like that with SW. Mary Jane, that's my favorite name. Boom. We're all Spider-Man. The girls too. I just watched Into the Spider-Verse. Whew. so inspired, so inspired. Same with the new Avatar movie. Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't seen the new Avatar movie, you gotta watch it. I'm so bummed Movie Orca got shut down, but like, man, that's like a spiritual attack. We were having so much fun watching things. Like, guys, I'm telling you. Scooby-Doo, don't mess with me. No way. So I just watched in order Tiki Island, and then I watched Cyber Chase, and then The Witch's Ghost with the Hex Girls. Cause I'm a Hex Girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you. It was such a good damn movie. I haven't even finished it yet. Maybe I can like figure out how to stream that, but I don't know how, like, you know, like it's on YouTube pretty easy, I think, at least some of them. So, you know, hopefully it gets past YouTube. Could you imagine if they like didn't care what you streamed? It'd be such a magical time for, like, you know, boom, for the fellowship. For the Synchro Fellowship. I can't wait to get a new camera, you guys. I will, because, like, you know, I know you guys want to see and read the card, but thank you for putting up with it for sure. Sukuna domain expansion is Malevolent Shrine. That makes sense for sure. Fuga was such an awesome moment. That was such a crazy moment. Drugs are nice, but they're a crutch. Yeah, it's true too. Your body creates DMT, but we kind of need the kickstart that the internet lacks from physical presence. That's true. It's you know, yeah, it's like effort, and then on the cut, Phoenix, like rising every day. You got to put effort in to rise every day. Again, like you can see, you know, even like smoking a joint like a crutch, but it's like God's green earth. He created it for us to have, and you know, there's like a THC like cannabinoid receptors in our brain, and I don't think that's like, you know, a mistake. I don't think that was like, you know, boom, that's like the soul talking right there. You know, God gave us wine, but like if you drink like 6 glasses of wine and you are like hammered, do you think that was the right choice? No, confirmation for it. If you smoke like Wiz Khalifa or Snoop Dogg, like, you know, is that the right choice? Probably not. ASAP Rocky said I smoked away my brain. Like, you know, I take these. Let me grab it real quick. Where is it? Where is it? I don't know where it is, but it is this mushroom extract, lion's mane, that, you know, I take for it helps like literally connect the synapses in your brain that could be like severed from anything like drugs, smoking, stuff like that. Things that, like, you know, put holes in the brain, you could say. It's AURI is a subscription. It's like $30 a month, you could say, but it lasts the whole month. 2 droppers a day, or 2 half droppers, I think, 1 full one, and it really works. It really works. Hold on. But even how do I say this? Waking up every day like Subaru from ReZero, like boom, like, oh no, I have to help again. Like, I gotta make sure everyone wins this day. Hold on. I look up the antithesis so that it integrates the part as my identity. Right on. Integrating things to your identity, like that's why we're the void. Making everything, every light that we intake into a star. And I'm thinking of Rimuru, 117 on the timer. It's like being, you know, we ingest something, and it's like there's a fight in that, but like you win everything. Like you win every time. You're that strong. You have like the predator ability, and it's overpowered. I have spiritual battles in my workplace. Who does it? Who does it? Like, work is one big spiritual battle. That's why, you know, again, like I did 2 summers straight of door to door, waking up at 7 a.m. for meetings that were just like almost mind numbing, no matter how try to be like hype it was. You know, it was like I was like the hype up guy, you could say. But when you get out there, you're out there from like 8 a.m. to 9 to 10 p.m. Sometimes, like, you know, when you get in the higher ups of that, you could say you get like to ride out with the big dogs, like the higher ups in the company, and like, you know, it was like a blessing and a curse because I was with them so much. But they would knock until like 12 a.m. sometimes. Could you imagine knocking on someone's door like 11:30? They're like, hey, this. They're like, what are you doing here? Like, you know, it was a very fun experience, but, you know, very like being painted as the villain all the time, for sure. Please post movie, please. Oh, post movie list. I will. So guys, maybe I can give a little surprise, but like I just need to put the effort in. 33 on the KBPS. But so I'm gonna make a Patreon, and I was 444 on the timer, or 444 on the KBPS, like, you know, the bit rate. Isn't that a horrible bit rate as well? But making a Patreon And it's gonna have like, you know, like I used to post it all on my Instagram that like, I don't even use anymore, but I have literally so many clips from so many animes, from so many shows, so many screenshots that have like direct revelations, direct things from Spirit that I will post like I will spend like maybe tomorrow posting all of it before I let it go. And that's, maybe I'll do like, you know, 3 for that, for like everything that I have like stored already, and then 6 for like, you know, like maybe like videos that like maybe like 1 out of every 5 readings or every 10 readings, posting it on there for the 6. And then 9, what I was thinking is so I have 2 books that are already completed that I'm telling you, like, God told me this is the new scripture, like this is like, I have not written something that'll help everyone feel God more than this, even the Bible, you could say. One of them is, I was reincarnated as a cat girl with telepathy. It's all about family. Like, she wakes up in the house, it's like all dark, no lights. There's 14 crazy family members. Like the dinner, or sorry, the breakfast. The beginning of the story is this breakfast battle, you could say. So just get hyped for that. I might put, you know, I'm getting it published, getting both of them published. The other one is The Dragon Boy and the Silent Witch, and you guys will love Lilibelle. It's like, she is such a cool character. She's that like monster mage inside of you all, and you'll see yourself in her so much. But I'm telling you, these books will do so much shadow work, so much light work, and so much healing, you guys, I promise with you. But I probably will put like 5, maybe, here's the thing, for each tier, 3, 6, 9, I'll put 3 chapters, 6 chapters, and 9 chapters. And it's like a 15 to 16 chapter book. So, you know, you can have like basically, you know, like over half the story. And you'll be able to read it before, if you want to actually purchase the book. I'm going to use this thing called Spines, which does like all the marketing for you. They do all the publishing for you. And I already have the green light to do it. So I'll already have it published. But once I do that, I can put like, you know, again, 3, 6 to 9 chapters out. But for the 3 tier, I'll put every revelation I have in my arsenal, you could say. And 6, I have, you know, I'll do like the readings. And then 9, maybe like, you know, something like personal, something me and you can do together one-on-one. So if you guys are into that, let me know. We have to make the conscious decision what we represent. That's true. If you're going to represent anything, represent love. Like what it means to love unconditionally, to be the father, and, you know, never dropping that person, even if they have the authority to literally, like, how do I say this, like, judge that soul. You are like Zeno from A Brilliant Healer's Life in the Shadows, when Christ asked Zeno, like, he drops bronze, silver, and gold coins on the floor, accidentally says, Zeno, if you were to pick those up, which ones would you pick up first? And he says, dumb question, I'm broke, I'm picking them all up. Like, which ones would you pick up? And he says, all of them. Like, that was like, again, like, you know, being shaped to become the father. Boom. Wow. There's like so much glory infusing your light and shadow. That's the biggest revelation on this channel. Is it not? Fusing your light and shadow, and you becoming that beautiful Millennium Moon. Wow, that's awesome. Twin Serpent card right under that, saying go. Like, I will. Go, little Nightmare Apprentice. Go, little Nightmare Apprentice. I'm doing it. I learned this from Uryu Ishida from Bleach. I gotta watch Bleach, guys. That scene with Ichigo and the soul, like, not the Soul Society, whoever it was, all the warriors in his room. That is so us and the angels. You have no idea. And again, those angels being darkness, like being clad in darkness, you could say. I will. I'll let you know when I create a Discord for sure. Lane. Yes, Lane. Isn't she so precious? Wasn't that a trippy show to watch? Like, wasn't it like almost hard to watch? Just like, whoa, like this is getting way too freaky. But it's literally you. Like, you begin to become that Lane in the cyber realm, in the digital realm. You become that Lane. You are everywhere. And you, like, you know, I'm thinking of Korra when she's first introduced. Like, I'm the Avatar, like doing all the elements, and you gotta deal with it. Like that kind of energy. We are all the Avatar, you guys. Full on. Wrong, big wrong. About what? About what, Gallahorn? Some of my buddies are getting back on Destiny 2 right now. Oh yeah, tech is straight up a source material. I truly believe that, yeah. I truly believe that. Antithesis, a person or thing that is the direct opposite of someone or something else. Neon Genesis. Oh, dang it. Man, there's so much in the chat. Gotta get on track. You're doing good, man. The spirit is mercury, the body is salt, and the soul is sulfur. It's alchemy. I truly believe alchemy is, you know, so very real. So very real. I used to play this game called something. Oh man, Alchemist something. This girl with like literal like, you know, like vials as her heals. Have you guys ever seen that game? And it's like given permission to use alchemy. Hold on. Like we are the ones given permission. Neon Genesis Evangelion. You can definitely have those same etheric wings like Rey. I still like, again, it's kind of like one of those Serial Experience Lane shows. It was like almost like hard to watch, but I haven't gotten through it entirely. But that was like, you know, even before my seeking journey, it was like one of those shows that made you feel. Thinking of like Darling in the Franxx, that kind of thing of like, you know, like a world that is supposed to feel distant, but it doesn't feel very different from ours, like very different at all. You are the salt of the earth, exactly. You know, it's too much and too little, that kind of thing. Like we are perfectly balanced, and that's why we're like the perfect salt of the earth, for sure. It's like we are curating an unparalleled reality where we can be our true selves. Boom. So many things about literally like shifting into a different dimension. When Jinwoo walked into that dungeon for the first time, and like that person walking up the stairs not being able to see him, it's like we have dimension shifted so many times and taken out the dungeon bosses. Like in that dimension. Kindred spirits too, absolutely. Everyone, like again, I truly see this collective, this family, as literally like us from the future, remembering the future in the past. Remembering that we are from the future, from like the very top, from the very source. Coming back to what? You know, for the Interstellar fans, to change the future, not the past. We're here to change the future together. In Astral, I physically can't touch it, but I manipulate it with thought. I learned about electromagnetic resonance over the past year, and your body is lightning in a body. We can do unbelievable things. That's awesome. Have you heard of Mel Gibson? That story of him like literally having that demon exercise out of his back by that chi master. Just chi. And he like he went like this and was and set a paper ball on fire. And like there's a video of it, I think, still online. Like, yeah, I truly believe, redirecting lightning. Thinking of Avatar, like Zuko, and of course, you know, Uncle Iroh, like the Unk, boom. Redirect, it can be extremely dangerous, but Nikola Tesla, you could say again, like you are that energy source. He sat in those rooms. He like became that energy. And you know, we're supposed to be that like high energy being. It's what keeps us alive. It's what keeps us, you know, like functioning even. My specialty is a divine architect. I think, yeah, that's the thing, you know, that's what I see in anime the most. Divine architects, for sure. Divine architects, divine archetypes, I think I'm trying to say, actually. Being a divine architect, you know, building heaven here. I think that's what we're doing together, like literally, like that meme, brick by brick, like full on. And a lot of us are literal cornerstones of heaven. I like to bring the best out of people to their highest timeline. That is what it means to be from source, to be the awakener. Bringing people into their highest timeline by bringing the best out of them. Great way to put it. Awesome way to put it. Javrar, awesome name. Hey guys, looking cozy. Yeah, I know, right? Like all my shirts are like sitting next to the heater. I don't have a washer and dryer in this unit. It's like this, you know, it's just coin operated up in the building. So I just, you know, I'm either using my heater or putting it out on the like a laundry line. To be honest with you. Have a good night, all. I love you. Love you too, Aussie Rosie. Great to see you, dude. Have a great night. Pleasant dreams, Austin. Pleasant dreams. Your videos feel like summer camp since I started watching them, and I feel like my life's changed overnight. Everything feels like summer camp. Boom, guys. Camp Rock. Go watch it. If you can find it, I'm telling you, it's like so many divinely inspired, like, you know, High School Musical. High School Musical 2, it's all about summer. It's all about summer. Summer in School of Rock. Boom. Summer in School of Rock. Big, like, you know, Heaven be like, that's our girl, like full on. And, you know, you're Jack Black, like you're the teacher, like helping everyone to, again, like how to rock and roll, how to like, again, everyone's like devil music, you're like, no, like even if kind of thing. It's like, you know, you don't mind, you like, you've made it home safe, return home, you know how to make it home. And it's like, you know, Footloose even being a divinely inspired movie, like Fish Lamp movie, boom, like a lamp of God in a movie, the light of God in a movie. And, you know, you could say, like, you know, the church, religion, like they don't want you to dance. They think, you know, if you like dance too hard or, you know, listen to this kind of music too much, even, it's like you're gonna be possessed by evil spirits. Well, that's how you unpossess yourself. That's how you unpossess yourself. Boom. Shadow coming through right there telling you guys that. And Fire Charmer. Boom. Shadow and Flame, and like that information is the light. Fire Charmer. And like this is like the Wyvern from Solo Leveling, is it not? Like literally, is that not the Wyvern? The Demon Monarch's Wyvern that Junwoo was like, yep, I'll take that. Like, thank you. Love that fight, such a cool fight. That was like, you know, you like thought that was like the peak demon, but it's like, no, like evolution producing the peak demon. In Jinwoo, like being that vessel, stomping it. But it becomes one of his greatest allies even way in the manga. Like Biru is still like, you know, the general rank. And there can only be one general rank. I have the manga. Maybe I can do like a Solo Leveling reading at some point. Be fun. Banger, absolutely. The Scooby-Doo movies, they're all so good. Mystery Inc. is like the best. I love it. Even like the live action movies. The Something Island, was it Zombie Island? That was a Scooby-Doo movie, animated one, but Something Island, crazy live action one. I used to watch every single one of them as a kid. So did I. I was obsessed with Scooby-Doo as a kid. Ben 10, Adventure Time, Naruto, ATLA, so many things. Bakugan, this one like freaky like Zilch or something, like I don't know. Hex Girls were so hot. I went up to Salem last Halloween. It was such a vibe. That's awesome. Yeah, the Hex Girls are, you know, like SW's like how much you gonna look at them? I'm like, no, like I'm a Hex Girl. Used to be all Scooby-Doo movies on Soap Today, then they killed it. So many things are getting shut down. Like I'm serious, like that is like the spiritual attacks. The things that like where like things are all free for like you to evolve. They're like, we can't have this happen. Because everyone's so powerful right now. Like everyone's catching a vibe. Oh no, hold on. Man, I gotta get, okay, getting close. Hey, I got a live. What up, Queen Raven? What's going on? Teen Titans even. Like the Teen Titans, I like resonate so highly with like them all, those 5 being you, like being all elements of you. Robin, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Star, and Raven. Boom. It's like the light, shadow, like the tech version of you, like, you know, like that Cyborg version of you, literally that Beast version of you, and Robin being like, you know, just like Slade at heart. Like a true like vigilante, and then there's Red X and Slade. Boom, like Robin, Red X, and Slade. Whoa. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Slade being the father, Spirit being Red X, and Robin being the son. That's crazy, guys. What just happened? Thanks, Raven. Thank you, Queen Raven, for joining. Greetings. I've tried writing too, but man, dude, here's the thing. Like, you know, 1 chapter in the morning, 1 chapter at night, 1 with intuition, 1 with like peak flame. And like in the morning, go and like, you know, have the sun in your eyes. 10 minutes of sunlight in your eyes in the morning is the best thing you can do to wake up. But you writing it in that state, and then you writing one at night at like this time, like whoa, 10:43 on the timer. I love you. Spirit saying I love you to all of us right now. That's so cool. But here's the thing, like I have 3 other books. Mom and God's Thing, where it's like, you know, the mother father basically like having a kid, and they're like way too advanced, like having that revelation of like just like in the kitchen, like, why are we here? Just to suffer? No. Like, we're definitely meant to have a good time. Like love everything. And they're like, why does he know this? Why do they know this? It's like, you know, it could be like a boy girl kind of character, just like Lloyd, just like Rimuru. It's like we're supposed to be, the mother and father are supposed to be love and light. We are like, you know, again, like both fused into 2. Masculine and feminine. We're not supposed to have either side. You know, I have like my pure masculine vibes, and also like, you know, that giggle is SW. Like that giggle is her. So it's, you know, we have fused together, and that's why both of my sides are very strong. And you could say like she is my son. She is my son. Thinking of was it Naruto? Like having like that son in your life, and that was for Sasuke. Like she's my son. I'm her moon. I reflect off her, if anything. Yeah, but you know, 1 chapter a day even really does wonders. 133, yeah. Christ is like, guys, you know, Christ is the Father, Son, Holy Spirit do like 99% of these readings. I'm telling you. Oh man, I missed Destiny 2. I spent so many days raiding. Like my buddies are like all like debating if they should get back on, and this like old hometown group chat of like 7 people. I've seen that. That's 100% something we can all do. The fire. Oh, absolutely. That buddy that I was telling you about that. Like, you know, Jade in 7th Prince said, like, you know, I'm Trevor. Like, basically Christ's shadow side, you could say. Maybe, like, me being the light side, and everyone has that side within them and also outside of them to see. But he sent me this video of, like, the dragon breath. And it was, like, a very informative thing, but I didn't watch the full thing. Probably some, like, you know, some good things in that if you guys look it up. I was struck by lightning in 2024. No way. Wow. That's almost been like a weird like dream of mine. I hope it didn't like like hurt or traumatize you or anything. But like I've always like thought about that and me being like tanking it. So to see someone that survived it, that's awesome. Confirmation for it. It's really cool. It's like we have that within us. Like we have the ability to even like redirect that if we like saw it coming, like Kakashi being a lightning timer, like Chidoriing lightning. Sometimes when you are not busy, I think Rock Lee from Naruto has an insight. Yeah, I'm in the tuning exams right now where I'm still in the fight with Naruto and Neji, but like Sasuke's about to appear. But again, like Lee, like what is Lee's superpower? Effort. If I can't do 5,000 push-ups, I'm gonna do 6,000 sit-ups. If I can't do 6,000 sit-ups, I'm gonna do 7,000 like laps around the village. And that's the same like Saitama mindset. Boom, 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 and boom, and a boom every single day. That's what literally breaks your limits. And you could say like the best ability is no ability. And that's why humans are so overpowered. They just find a way to break their limit. Like they just do. And it's by constant effort. We don't have that magical ability like Lloyd. If anything, we're like more Tao in that verse, right? We're like Lee in that verse. But we have the 8 gates. And if it really came to it, it's like in the spiritual realm, like, that 8th gate is really there. Get a Gaia account and watch the show Ancient Civilians. I heard about that. I heard about Gaia. I might try that out. I used to get a lot of ads for them. Abyss Dragon and Source Card. Like we are Source as an Abyss Dragon here. Do you know about Harpocrates? I don't. I do not. It struck my silver wrapped labradorite. No way. I have some labradorite, but I can't find it. It's like in my bed somewhere, like in my mattress frame or bed frame, and melted against my Deftones shirt that has the Reaper on it and says "It's our time." Whoa, that's freaky. That's some pretty crazy things. That's the thing. It's like, like you kind of like come to that revelation that even you used to be death in that Age of Frost, that like freezing over, that shadow version of you, and you were grabbed by life itself, by love, and like put in the book of life, and were taught how to love as the shadow, taught as like death becoming life, you could say, within us. Let's see, a message from your dragon. Let's see. We'll pull 3 cards. 3 cards. Okay, boom. 1. Those can stay over there. That's so cool. Together though, these, like boom. Black Rose Dragon and the Black Rose Witch. Your shadow being that dragon as well. Yui being a dragon as well. Whoa. And you being the knight. Wow. Well, there it is. There it is. Again. Like you are a knight, like the keeper of dragon magic that we've seen. You have both like Yui being a dragon. Yui being B. Joy. Like Yui being like a version of B from the Gatherer's Adventure. Boom. That dragonling is Source, and that Source is joy, and your heart is that dragonling. Boom. And you have that light and shadow dragon within you, as we always see here. You have that light and shadow and joy as a dragon. The light, shadow, and flame, all dragons, all parts of your soul. My second and most powerful awakening came about a couple weeks after. Awesome. No way. That's really cool. I cannot be controlled by dark. That's impossible. It's impossible. We are literally spirit. Like you can imagine. You could say like lesser spirits trying to trying to control the spirit. It just doesn't happen. It's not possible. It's not possible. I'm always fully conscious in my identity. That's a good way to do it. Staying conscious in your identity. Being who you are, being your character, being your avatar that you chose. Thinking of Cosmic Princess Kaguya, we all became that divine self, that god and goddess self. It's definitely in the songs we listen to, but I always maintain a balance, true. Smart thing to do. I don't think too much into how people perceive me when I listen to heavy music. Listen whatever you want. Anything except for that like 440 hertz. So that's like, again, like that Nazi like propaganda guys, the one that changed it from 432 to 440 hertz, even when the musicians were like rioting, you could say, like, not wanting to, little pop. I was surprisingly unaffected negatively. Not surprised. Not surprised at all, to be honest with you. I've seen that in the astral too. We've got so much of the universe inside of us that we can change anything with enough communal thought. Boom, there it is. There it is. And that, like, the feeling is the unconscious. Like the feeling is the wave, and the more you feel that, your heart like having that literal wave, right? And it like some of our hearts being infinite in that sense, and that wave coming back to hit you. That wave coming back to hit you. 100%. One card reading for you. Okay, let me shuffle these. Let's see. One card reading for Forever Final. I'm about to play Final Fantasy, the new one. It looks crazy, like 100+ perfect scores. It's not our turn yet. There it is. One card, boom. Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon. This is like my main dragon in the deck that I actually play in Yu-Gi-Oh. So maybe you're like that ice cold dragon with the flame inside of you. The flame inside of you. And again, like that is a very like high level, and that dragon can banish anything once per turn. Or the next turn it can't. But once per turn, every other turn, it can banish any card. Or like any monster, you could say. Like you are like a banisher of evil. A banisher of monsters that, you know, like are trying to be against you, you could say. And there are those monsters out there, but again, as Jinwoo taught us, those magical beasts do feel fear. Hold on. That girl looks like me a little, and thank you for the confirmation of my dragon's color. Boom. Do they change colors? I think absolutely. So that flame, like, you know, spirit being that flame, your light and shadow, you could say, like, withholding or, you know, containing that flame, but just as like Saint Germain, you literally transmute in both parts of your soul, light and shadow. You transmute the flame of God, and it can be a different color, it can be a different, you know, like anything you could say. You literally transmute the flame of God within you, in your soul. Another card, boom, and like don't look back on it either. It's like you keep transmuting, you keep ascending, you keep on that wave, and like you don't let up. Absolutely, you got it. Absolutely. Boom, Mirror Jade again. So like, yeah, definitely meant for you, for sure. All right, one more card. It's been a 141, Task Force 141 in the chat. I'm glad that we could all do some healing together and, you know, really have a lot of revelations. I never want to end these streams, you guys. Even the videos, it's so hard for me not to go on like an hour-long channeling session. One card reading, you got it. Does anyone else want one? If anyone else wants one, let's do it right now. Like we can do that at every end of the stream. One card readings for everyone. What is it? For Oidstar 9999. That's my new goal for the subscriber count, for the family count. 9999. Let's get it going. I know it's coming. Okay, whoa. Maybe you get 5. We'll do the top one to start. Wow. The dragon that devours the dogma. You devour it all. Rushi of the White Forest. We'll go through this little pile, and then we'll call it. Rushi of the White Forest. You are the dragon that devours the dogma, but you also have that like giggling witch. Again, like thinking of Lilibel, the character I was writing. She's like the Witch of Thousands, like Frieren. You know, like you know every spell. You have like giggled about it all, you could say. Like full on. You are that, you know, even that Nightmare Apprentice. And then Grand Spiritual Art. Whoa, okay, so now I'm kind of seeing it. Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Rushi of the White Forest, that like witch sorcerer, that masculine being dragon. Whoa. So remember that story I was telling you guys about that I was writing, the Dragon Boy and the Silent Witch. I don't know if I actually like, you know, revealed the title, but that's a crazy thing to see. Wow, there it is. And like the whole premise of this story, it's like, and you say the back of the book, she's like in the woods, like, you know, throwing things in the cauldron, so having a good time, like camping, you could say. And then out of nowhere, with like flames, like literally shooting out, play with me. She's like, you know, it's like freaked out for the first time in her existence. So like that's the two sides of you. That Dragon Boy and that Silent Witch, but again, like that witch is like the Witch of Thousands. Like she has never been scared once in her life, ever. She even like, there's like a, you know, I don't want to spoil too much, but like, you know, her using spells that literally she saw in an anime. Like that kind of thing. It's like, you are that kind of being. Boom. And then the last card, that's what we are. Whoa. Awesome. Whoa. Okay, cool. There we go. The Phoenix being the flame, being the light, we have those twin shadows even. Like our twin is the shadow, and we are the keeper of dragon magic, the keeper of our own soul. Like not even, you know, God is the keeper of our own soul like we are. May the 4th be with you. What up, Cat? Good to see you. Your name holds so much like love for me from Halo Reach, I'm not gonna lie. If anyone knows that that character. Tragic character, but like Cat, you're not tragic whatsoever. Do you know how much like I love the meows? I love the purring, like 100%. 100%. Cat, I'll do a 1 card reading for you because we are about to end the stream. I don't know if you've been here the whole time. If you have been, that's my bad. 1 card reading from Cat, or for Cat from Spirit. Maybe from Cat as Spirit, let's see. There it is. 2 of them. Boom, you are a healer. You are a healer, Cat. Like even your meows heal. Like full on, purr away. You are a healer of the fellowship, of this beautiful family. Thank you for being a healer, Cat. We love you. Guys, it has been so fun. Last call for single card readings. I love Magic on the timer. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. It's so great to have you guys here. That's so funny. I've used Destiny 2 powers in the app. Boom! Like, I'm telling you. Like, you know, I've even had dreams of, like, because you have that spiritual arsenal, you being taken on this, like, literal task force. Like, I've had, like, you know, vivid dreams of this, like, again, like the suits from Kaiju number 8 looking kind of thing, but, like, we are this assassin that was taken in a task force in the spiritual realm whenever we would go to sleep. Because we had that power, because we had that energy to do that. Okay, you got it. You got it. Whoa, there it is for you. Sun and Moon, you are both Sun and Moon. Maybe you let me do an actual one. Let me do an actual one. That one kind of just popped up. We love meows. Boom, boom. I know. I could do this all night, you guys. I could do this all day and all night. Seriously. Let me get a smaller deck to shuffle. Boom. Maybe these 2 are for you. Lee and the Phoenix. Jeez, the camera is out of focus. Lee and the Phoenix, and on the other side, Mirjade. So like your fire and ice self, and you are like the human in between, like, you know, the effort that makes those attributes even like exist in this world, you could say. There we go. All right. This has been so much fun. I love 6 on the chat, or on the timer. I love Spirit, full on. 6 is Spirit, isn't that cool? 6 is Spirit. 9 is like, thinking of like, again, like, you know, Master Chief being 9, Noble 6 being 6. It's like we all have that 6, you know, spirit within us. And then we add the Father, Son, Holy Spirit to be 9. We become the Messiah. We become the Father, the Mother, whatever you want to say. You know, we become each of that, and Spirit is everything. Card popped out. Boom. Whoa, freaky. Again, the red and blue in the flame, angel and demon in the flame. It's like we all burn. We all burn eventually. It's like hell is ice. That's what I've heard. Dante's Inferno. It's like hell is ice. Absolutely. I resonated a lot with Celestial Sapiens. You know, from Ben 10. Boom. I'm telling you. So when I was, when you could say like mom woke up, right? Like within us, love itself, love herself woke up. And I heard, like, if there's anything that she needs to see, it's gonna be in Ben 10. How freaky is that? Like, seriously, Spirit saying, like, watch Ben 10 to teach mom. Pretty crazy. And like the first 3 episodes, it's like, I see why. I see why. Okay, I got you. You wanna know your dragon? Yeah, I know, guys. Like, you know, I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go anywhere, but, you know, yeah, there's still like there's a pretty high amount of viewers still, like the same from like, you know, an hour ago, you could say. I love you guys. This is so much fun. Notifications? No, that's okay. That's okay. Okay. There it is. Deepju. Whoa, there it is. There you go. Deepju3295. You are that shadow dragon with that blue flame. And I'm thinking of like, you know, the shadow's flame is like passion. I'm thinking of like Dobby from My Hero. It's like burns so hot that it turns blue. That's like the shadow side of flame. Pretty freaky. That's awesome. What a card to pop out. This is so cool. Cover my 6. God, yep. And like you are 6. Like God telling 6 to cover his 6. And like you are hyper lethal too. That's why. Like you are the rear guard, the guts. And like Griffith is like, whoa, Griffith is like the light. That's pretty freaky. Again, it's like we've all been that struggler, realizing that they were Griffith the whole time. Like, you know, everything before the eclipse. Boom! Wow, such a cool thing. So the angels are both angels of darkness and light. The light being like the cherubim, like Appa, like your loyal sky bison. the darkness being those, like, you know, I'm thinking of like from Arkfield Enfield Knights, like the administrator angels, like, you know, they have like the veil over their eyes, like from Dark Souls, that one girl. Those are like the angels of darkness, but again, like, you know, their darkness is just shadow. They're not like, you know, dark beings. Like, they're not like dark rulers. I'm thinking of Minogra, Apocalypse Bringer Minogra. Thanks for coming on live. Your presence is valued and loved, and so is yours. Thanks for being here. Chubsu, if I'm saying that right. Let's see. Let's see where. We got Divines 6. Hee hee. I love the hee hees. Thank you so much just for notification. Okay, I read that one as well. Meow. After hearing everyone say that, they never get them. Oh, come on. We need more meows. You're right. More meows, more purring. Like, God wants more purring. More purring. Dante's Inferno, I downloaded it off LimeWire. It took up the whole desktop gig. Yeah. That, I mean, so many stories, like, you know, that, again, you can see it as like full Gnostic knowledge of like just things that were created that, like, you know, weren't supposed to be divinely inspired, but like it is exactly right, you could say, like that kind of thing. Everyone like, yeah, it's just like a metaphor and this and that, but like, no, it's like, no, like that is how hell really is. Pop on the heater, wow, heating up, for sure, for sure. MHA is such great analogy for developing chakras, wow, if I can speak, with one for all, passing the powers and learning from past lives to fully develop quirks. You get it. You get it. Like, one for all is, again, like, you know, even Christ being a wielder of that, you could say. Boom. Boom. There's you're being a guide right there for us all. Truly. And all for one, you know, being that, like, darkness side. And some people do wield all for one, and that's the thing that's, you know, it's like, yes, it's very strong, but even Bakugo, like, just the flame wielder, just the spirit wielder, you could say, boom, beating one for all, or sorry, all for one. No, yes, all for one, boom. LimeWire, I never used that. I never used LimeWire. Chobits is my fave anime. I haven't seen that. I gotta check that out. I gotta write that down. Chobits. Sweet. I will make that that movie list and that anime list, I promise you. I promise you. It's hard flick to find Meow. 963. MHA, boom. Thank you for my reading, by the way. Resonated heavy. That's so cool. I'm so glad. So glad. Alright, you guys. Father, Son, Holy Spirit coming through for one last message. You are the magician of prophecy. There it is for that. But one more card for the collective. What is the free card? I know it's going to be something like scary even. There it is. Go forth. Go forth, everyone. Go forth. I always see Christ as like the elf. In Reincarnated as a Sword, that elf guild master. Like, he's always the elf. I don't know why. He even has, in Reincarnated as a Sword, he even has a cross on his cape, his cloak. Chobits is very good. Very 2000 energy. That's so important. Go watch The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya and have your mind blown. Like, have your mind blown. When I was in a time where I, like, really needed God, you could say, and there was an audio glitch that I've never seen happen, ever. And it just happened, and I'm like, okay, like, can you please speak to me through the show? And if you guys have seen that show, you could imagine how mind blown I was. Oh. If I keep going, I will, like, be the zombie. Like, I can't, I have too much fun. I have too much fun. Muchos gracias. De nada. De nada. I could do this all day and night, but I can't. Yeah. Spirit's like, you better not, or I'll whip you into shape. We'll do this again, you guys, I promise. You know, it amazed me that you guys have been here for like the full, like, 2 hours. It's been a 2-hour live stream. What an awesome time. I love you guys so much. We're all the masters, we're all the light, we're all the shadow, we're all the father I'm seeing. Again, like, even the woman, we are all the father. In the men, we are all the mother. Hold on. We are all the Christ. We are all spirit together. Like, we are all that flame with light and shadow that like bears that flame. And like bear your fangs too. In 2008. Oh, and Haruhi Suzumiya, I'm telling you, like, everything before 2012 is like something, everything was like divinely inspired, and everything after like 2022, I'd say, like divinely inspired again. Like the light came back and it's like boom, like absolutely, like it all came back. Good night, I'm live gaming. Boom, no way. No way. on your channel. I have to check that out. Maybe I'll join your stream. Let's go. Much love. You're awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Magicians of Prophecy, out. I love you all so much.